Hello everyone. In this video, we'll take a look at the interface and some basic things you will encounter when you first open the software. When you first launch 3ds Max, you may see a welcome screen like this. It often has helpful links to tutorials and recent files. You can usually close this, and if you don't want to see it every time, there is often a checkbox to disable it on startup. Alright, so this is the main 3ds Max interface. It might look a little overwhelming at first, but we will break it down into its key components. Up at the very top, we have the title bar. This shows you the name of the program, the version you are using it, and the name of your current scenes if you have saved it. Just below, that's the menu bar. This is where you will find the main commands, organized into categories like File, Edit, Tools, and so on. We'll touch on some of these later. Below the menu bar is the main toolbar. This gives you quick access to frequently used tools, like selection, moving, rotating, scaling, and rendering. Over here on the right, we have the command panel. This is a really important area. It's organized into different tabs like Create, where you'll find tools to make new objects. Modify, where you can change and adjust those objects. Hierarchy, for working with object pivots. Motion, for animation. Display, for controlling what you see in your viewports. And Utilities, which often houses helpful plugins. The big area in the center is the viewports. These are your windows into 3D World. By default, you usually see 4 viewports: top, front, left, and perspective. You can customize how these are laid out. Sometimes you'll have the Scene Explorer open, usually on the left. It's like a list of all objects in your scene. It's really useful for selecting and managing complex projects. You can usually toggle it on or off. Down in the bottom right corner, you'll find the navigation controls. These allow you to pan, zoom, and orbit around your scene in the viewports. And finally, at the very bottom, you have the timeline. This is primarily used when you are working on animation. Let's briefly look at some of the menus. Under File, we'll find options for saving, opening, importing, and exporting your work. Edit has your basic cut, copy, and paste functions. Tools contains various utilities for managing objects. Create is another way to access the object creation tools, similar to the Create tab in the command panel. Modifiers lets you apply modification to your objects, again similar to the Modify tab. We'll also find menus for animation, rendering, and customize, which is where you can tweak the software's settings. Now, let's go back to the command panel. The Create tab is where you'll start when you want to add something to your scene. Things like standard primitive like boxes and spheres, shapes, lights, cameras, and more. Once you've created an object, you will often jump to the Modify tab to change its parameters like its size or the number of segments. 3ds Max also allows you to customize your workplace. You can often switch between different layouts, like a classic or design standard workplace, which might rearrange some of these panels. You can even customize things further by moving toolbars around. You can usually click and drag them to reposition them or even dog them in different areas. If you right-click in the toolbar area, you can often see a list of available toolbars that you can toggle on or off. If you want to change the overall look of the interface, you can usually find options for that under the Customize menu, often in the Preferences or Customize User Interface section, where you can adjust things like the color scheme. Once you have the interface set up the way you like it, you might even find an option to lock the user interface to prevent accidentally moving things around. So, that's a quick overview of 3ds Max interfaces. In the future video, we'll dive deeper into how to use its tools and panels to create your own 3D masterpieces. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button, and see you in the next video.